All right, hello everybody. My name is Dalton Rutherford, and welcome to Sailwind. It's been a while since I've done a actual video of this game, and the game is about to come out with a new update. We're in the beta version of it right now. I decided I'd go ahead and be a guinea pig for this particular update and just kind of test things out. So we're gonna do a little miniature series of this game, I guess you could say. It's not going to be a roleplay series like the Tea Merchant was. So let's go ahead and dive on in. I'm not going to start in Alonk. I'm not going to start in the Emerald Archipelago. I'm going to start in Aestrin because I feel like there's not enough people that actually start in Aestrin, and Aestrin is probably my favorite region of the game. The hardest part about this region is just getting this particular boat out of dock because the wind is blowing directly into your face. And the game is labeled as hard, or this area is labeled as hard. Um, the boat controls is apparently hard, weather is medium, navigation is medium. I find that to be a lie. I find the navigation here to be quite easy because you can actually see uh, all your destinations pretty much right off the bat. There's only like one, maybe two islands you can't see right off the bat from wherever the heck you're starting off at. So let's go ahead and just hop on into the Aestrin region. This is also the biggest boat that you can start off with. This is the biggest starting boat. Though I don't think it can carry quite as much as the Dow can, the boat that you get whenever you start off in Alonk. Okay, so I'm not going to treat this as a guide, as it were, but if you're new to the game or sailing games in general, what you want to do is you want to read through this thing and uh, make sure you keep it on hand for a while until you kind of get the gist of the game. Let's go ahead and sell the map as well because I don't really need it. Let's also go ahead and sell the table. All right, you, my good sir, buy my table, buy my map, buy this thing. Is there anything else that you can buy? I really don't need the lantern, to be honest, but you guys do. um, Definitely want the compass. I can sell the compass, but I'd rather not. It's hands down the most important navigation tool that you need. Okay, let's go ahead and we'll buy some food supplies. I could buy some more water if I wanted to, but no, let's buy some cheese. I'm trying not to sprint because sprint reduces your thirst bar. There we go. And I could buy a fishing rod. Could. Question is, do I want to? I guess let's see how much they cost. Because now that food can spoil, you need to be kind of careful on how you. Okay, I can't buy another one of those. That's fine. You need to be careful on how you actually go about your food reserves. Okay, so fishing rod is 150, which means I'd have 19 coins left, and a box of fishing hooks costs 20. I could probably just sell that spare slice of cheese that I have, so let's just go and buy this. Okay. Ow. I don't know if you guys could hear that or not, but that was my jaw popping. um, let's do that, and then I can... You know what? I'll just skip the night sailing. think that would probably be the easiest course because I'll also get a pretty decent amount of money for selling this. Yeah, 65. So now I can have some food that won't spoil once it is sealed. I can pretty much just start fishing right off the bat and have as much food as I want. Let's see, I have 64 more coins. So technically I could... Okay, well, let's get you out of the way so you're not doing that. I could buy some food I can just put inside my inventory here, so... Honestly, like, maybe some water wouldn't be a bad idea. How much do barrels of water cost? I think it's like 80 or something. Yeah, 84. I need 20 more coins in order to afford that, so... Never mind that. Maybe... Ooh. Let's buy... 3 bottles of water, and then... I'll buy... your cheese. That might actually be good enough. I think I'll be content with that. And I kind of want to test this out and see how long it takes for food to actually spoil. So I'll try and keep 1 cheese in reserve. In fact, you know what? Just so I don't accidentally eat it, I'll just put it back there. That's going to smell lovely after a while, though. And of course, water doesn't spoil. You don't want it to be too lukewarm, though. That would be bad. Okay, I'm going to pull the ship a bit further up here. A lot of people seem to have problems with this. I don't know why. So, whenever you grab these ropes, you left-click to grab the rope, and then you right-click to bring this up. And then, by default, it's the mouse wheel to pull the ship closer to you or to release it. But you can also set a hot or another button to do the same thing, which for me, it's the brackets. So you can just do it really fast like this. I think I'll wait for that guy to leave. That way I can... kind of have the ship facing this way, which should help the... Actually, you know what? The wind is not blowing in a... I say it's not blowing in a terrible direction. I'm still going to have to, like, face directly into it in order to sail away. So, yeah. Let's just go ahead and do this. Just keep on coming over here. This guy will leave eventually. I don't think the ship even has a driver. No, it does, actually. This ship used to not have a driver. I say driver, sailor would be more, or captain even, would be more accurate. There we go. Okay, he's leaving. And, you know, his sail configuration might be the better option for this map. That might be one of the first things I do, is try and configure my ship to be just like that. There we go. Just have the ship kind of face outwards a bit. There we go. Just keep on pulling out. There we go. Okay, so now, whenever I try and launch, I should have a more favorable, I should have a more favorable launch from the wind. Let's pull you in a bit closer. I know this is like really riveting gameplay, but you know, I want to make life easier for myself and not more difficult. Okay, this is the wrong building. So what you're saying is, I'm not posh enough to use your card. You don't want just anybody using this card, is what you're telling me. And you're just so damn proud of yourself, aren't you, dick? Anyway. What do we want to do here? Could go out to Eastwind, which honestly, it's paying the most. Oh, maybe it's not. No, it's that. No, actually, it's not. Mount Malefic could be interesting. Or maybe I could even do mail to Sunspire and then mail to Mount Malefic. Is there anything else going to Mount Malefic? Yes. Question is... Yeah, let's take this. And then we'll just take more stuff to Mount Malefic. This is trout. Okay. So the thing about these missions is that they don't pay particularly well, but they do increase your reputation. I'm going to put this here. And it does matter how you load your cargo, by the way. If you're coming from a game like Following Seas, for example, you place the cargo with the cargo manifest, but for Sailwind, you place it manually. And your cargo does influence the way your ship handles. So you want to be very careful about how you place your actual cargo. Cargo should really be more towards the rear, but I don't really have a lot of room to the rear of the ship. And finally, we have our mail. Okay, so we have 5 days to deliver this stuff, and it's all going to the same destination. So, honestly, I could probably just... You know, it'd probably make more sense just to have the mail back here. That way, in the event that it starts raining... I know this doesn't make a difference, but, you know, realistically, you'd want to keep your paper stuff out of the elements. Okay. So let's go ahead and do this. What is... I have no idea what that is. Alright. So let's kind of give the boat a nice little push out that direction. And now... Now we should be able to catch some wind and start sailing for our destination. Finally, the good part of the game. Alright, I'll tell you what, I'll just sail out through here. And I'll loosen this. I'll just loosen this on both sides. That way the sail can just do whatever the heck it wants. All right. So, let's go ahead and eat some of our cheese. Let's have some of our water. And we will have to sleep before we get to our destination, but you can already kind of see it. Wait, no, that's not it. That's Fort Aestrin. Our destination is actually behind this rock somewhere. But it's actually a giant volcano that we're sailing to, so it'll be very hard to miss. There it is. Way out there in the distance. All right. Now, all we have to do is just let the wind carry us. Now, if you're new to the game, by the way, just be very careful if you decide to start off on this particular boat, because this castle structure that I'm standing on right now, it's more of a liability than it is anything else. It kind of helps seeing your destination like over the waves and whatnot, but it really serves no purpose other than kind of just historical accuracy. This really is just, I guess you could use it as like extra cargo space, but or maybe you could put a table up here to store all of your cargo or all of your navigation tools. But beyond that, it really doesn't have much of a use. And whenever you get into like really choppy seas, this thing will be more of a liability than anything else. It'll be what caused you to tip over. All right, so I'm not doing a particular like role play series with this. This is kind of just more let's just kind of chill and play the game sort of a thing. This might be replacing Star Citizen on Mondays because I figure, you know what? This game is what built my channel, so I should probably have a day designated to this game in particular. And Star Citizen, I enjoy the game. Don't get me wrong, but it has a lot of issues that just it really makes me want to it really makes me want to rip my hair out from time to time. Whereas the issues that I have with this game from time to time are just more me being an idiot for the most part. Okay, I hear the tornado sirens going off, but it's just them testing. It's already noon? That's crazy. I swear, time just flies by whenever you're not paying attention. It's insane. So I'm gonna stick with you guys until night falls because I don't have a lantern on me, and I'm gonna have to go to sleep soon anyway. So I'll just stick with you guys until nighttime. We'll just chill. That's what this game is really all about, is just chilling at the end of the day. Until you get into a really bad storm. Then it's kind of a problem. But yeah, I think, considering the way the wind works in this particular region, having a gaff sail on my main mast and getting rid of that superstructure back there might not be the worst first Call of Duty for this playthrough. We'll see how it goes. Oh, and also, thank you everybody so much. We are past 600 subscribers now, which is just absolutely insane to me. Thank you everybody so much for your awesome support, and thank you for taking an interest in my channel. It really does mean a lot to me. It's insane. I started off this channel just thinking that, maybe people would just kind of join in whenever they saw something that they liked, and I didn't think I'd ever get this far, but I started off playing like the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion, and I have some videos of Skyrim. In fact, I had like a whole playlist of Skyrim there for a while, but no one ever watched those videos. But then I start making videos of games like this, and there's just hundreds, thousands of views. So thank you so much for taking an interest in this game. It just baffles me. This game is just so chill, and I guess that's what brings people to it, is just how calm it is. It also helps whenever you watch someone who kind of knows roughly about what they're doing, and I have never been on a sailing boat a day in my life. However, the community for this game is so helpful and so welcoming and so understanding that they are more than willing to help you out. And that's kind of how I learned to play this game the way that it should be played, is just by listening to the comments in my comment section. Um, so yeah, thank you to everybody who comments in my videos and tells me how to do certain things. I probably would have struggled with this game a heck of a lot more. In fact, I might have just given up if it wasn't for you guys. So once again, thank you so much for actually sticking with me through the tough times and the rough seas and uh, the tempests and everything. But it is starting to turn nighttime, and I think it might be better off for me to just go to bed at this point, so I'll see you guys whenever the sun rises again. Good morning, everybody. We are now passing Sunspire. I can never remember the name of this island, but I think I'm starting to get it down now. That's our destination way out there in the distance. It looks closer than it actually is. We've still got quite a ways to go. It's an absolutely gigantic volcano that we're sailing to. What are these? Something is attached to the ship that really shouldn't be attached to the ship. That's very odd. I have no idea what that would be. Oh well, I'll try and ignore it as much as I can. Still have pretty much most of our supplies right off the bat. I've already gone through 2 bottles of water, but still have a full barrel of water. I've still got the mug. But yeah, this has been a pretty chill sailing experience thus far. That'll probably change whenever we start heading back to where we're trying to go now. Or, excuse me. That'll change whenever we start trying to head back to the main part of the archipelago over here. Because the wind typically blows to the south. Or to the southeast, and the rest of the archipelago is to the northwest. So you have to get kind of inventive whenever you're trying to get back to the main part of the archipelago. And one thing I like about this archipelago is that all the islands are relatively close by to each other. Like, if you want to go from Sunspire to Fort Aestrin itself, it really doesn't take that long. And the town for Sunspire is just right over there. Sunspire will become very interesting for us later on whenever I become a lot richer. Whether or not we get to that particular item in this playthrough, I have no idea, because I don't know how long this playthrough is going to go through. It's kind of just more... I want to put more Sailwind content on my... What is that? Is that the other merchant ship? Yeah, I think that's the other merchant ship. Okay. I thought there was like a new island in the game or something there for a while. I was like, what in the world? But anyway, that is the merchant ship, right? Yeah, that's gotta be. I see the gaff sail and I see the jib. So yeah, that's gotta be the merchant ship. There's no way that that's not. Um, but yeah, because the T Merchant series is basically finished at this point, I am kind of debating what I want to do next in terms of like an actual long series. For the T Merchant, we, obviously started off in the Emerald Archipelago. We sailed around there, building up reputation, and eventually we met up with the guy at the Sage Hills who said, sail out to Happy Bay if you want to make a name for yourself and start working for me. Wait, that's the merchant ship right there. So that... There's two ships in this region? Well, Lottie flippin' no. What do you know? I'm finding out new things even after all the hours that I have in this game, which is like almost 600, I believe. Uh, yeah, so I'm thinking like the next thing that we play through might be more of a grain merchant. Like we start off in this region, and then we uh, work around here. I've seen something and now I can't unsee it. I'm not going to say what it is, but that feels a little too deliberate for my personal taste. But whatever. That's uh, jokes, jokes. Dalton, you're almost 30. You are 30 years old. Start acting like it. Stop acting like a teenager. Uh, but yeah, I was thinking that a grain merchant might be kind of fun because grain is produced up here at Mount Malefic, and it sells like crazy. Not quite as good as tea, I don't believe, but it will make a decent amount of money. And obviously, whenever we start like exporting grain to other archipelagos, we'll start bringing like more things back from the other areas. So we'll go from like say here down to Emerald Archipelago, then from Emerald Archipelago we'll try and come back up here. Uh, Probably with tea and other things, and maybe we'll even try and export tools and whatnot from here. Or maybe I could do another like one ship only challenge. Like I could do a challenge with only the cog, which is this ship. If you're new, this is the cog. Uh, could be interesting. Could be fun. Yeah, this thing is really not catching any wind, so I'm just gonna go ahead and reel this thing in. It's starting to drive me crazy. Now, I am aware that out somewhere in just in the vastness of the ocean, there is one particular island that's been added that's just completely brand new. I have seen it with my own eyes, but I wasn't recording whenever I saw it. It features like a shipwreck. I think there's a grave on the island as well, and that's really all that's there. It's somewhere between here and the Emerald Archipelago. I think it might actually mark the halfway point. Ah, yes. So I started drinking these new energy drinks. Well, I say they're new. They're new to me. I got curious about them the other day, whenever I was at my local Love store, and they had a buy one get one free, and they are these rain storm energy drinks. So far, my favorite flavor is probably the orange, but the apple tastes pretty all right. The strawberry tastes all right. I haven't tried the grape yet because I'm kind of nervous to. I've never really cared for grape flavored drinks, even though they are probably my favorite fruit at the end of the day. Kind of ironic when you think about it, but I've really been enjoying these things. Unfortunately, I'm sitting in a dark room, so I can't really read the labels, but supposedly these things are supposed to be relatively healthy for you, too. They're better than monsters, definitely. Monsters, I've never really been able to get into that much. Back whenever I was writing, I would actually drink a monster on the weekends, and the monster would pretty much last me the entire weekend because I didn't really care for the taste, but it did keep me up for many, many hours whenever I was trying to work on things. But I don't really write anymore, and it kind of made some people sad whenever I said I was done writing. But whenever you spend years working on a book, and then people they buy the book, but they don't read it. They just buy it from you so that you can sign it. I know, like, some people probably enjoy just the idea that, people are just buying the book. What they do with it at that point is up to them, but I didn't write the book for you to just buy it from me, have me sign it, then just put it on a bookshelf and just let it collect dust. Whenever I wrote the book, I wanted you to actually, read it. Um, and once I figured out that that's what people were doing, I just lost like all motivation to actually write anymore. It's hard for me to even consider going back to it now. Though I have thought about maybe starting a book that's based more on the journeys of a character that I play in Sailwind. Just, the journey of some merchant mariner who buys his own boat. Now, I am under no illusion that you could actually like sail a boat like this by yourself in real life. Well, I mean, maybe you could in modern times, but back then, like it was nothing for a sail to rip. I'm sure sails would get worn, they'd get like worn out, they'd get damaged. You'd have to sew them back together. Wooden boats like this would have to be kept constantly clean. There'd be a lot of things you'd have to do other than just kind of stand around and just kind of watch the water go by. I guess this guy and me are kind of in a race to see who gets to the island first. I tell you what, I will release this. Maybe not that much, although if I do that and then I do this. Okay, now it's really not going to make much of a difference. Actually, that might. There we go. Now he's got a gaff sail, I've got a square sail. The square sail should catch way more wind than that thing, so I should speed up. I should start steaming right past him, actually. Uh... Try and get the perfect angle here. That might be a bit more right. Yeah, because the wind comes in and it can just kind of gently roll out of the sail. That should work. Alright, I need to find a place for you. How far are we? We're still a ways away. I can probably go ahead and catch a couple of fish. Might as well. There'll be a little spot on my screen that I don't really care for, but let's turn a bit further over here. Oh, here we go. If you're new and you can't figure out how to fish, you use the mouse wheel to reel it in. But you want to go very slow. Thankfully, the fish don't really fight against you too much. Once you catch them, you've actually just got them. They won't break off your hook or anything unless you reel in too fast. It's one of those things where just slow and steady wins the race. And once they're out of the water, like that, just reel them in. Even if they go back inside the water at that point, you've already won. I think we might have enough time to catch just one more. Oh yeah, we're already past him. No, I'll just let that do its own thing. Okay, where is... There it is. Sushi. It really doesn't get any fresher than that. Just pulled straight out of the water and eaten. Just right then and there. Do, 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 do. Alright, now unfortunately this dock that I'm heading for is really not that big. I'm going to try and park as far away from the center as I can, because I don't know where that guy's going to go. And unfortunately, the AI is... they just operate on rails, more or less. They don't really stop and think about anything. They just... They have their set course. That's what they follow. So if you are parked in the area where he wants to park, he will just knock you out of the way, basically. And thankfully, our ships in this game don't take on damage at all whatsoever. You can, like, ram them into an iceberg as much as you want, and it'll still stay afloat. At least as of this version of the game. Now, eventually, that will change. In Following Seas, you can already sink if you don't pay attention to your hull. And that game is just a demo for right now. But I am under no illusion that Following Seas will replace Sailwind. Like, Following Seas has better graphics, like, by a long way, but this game just has way more content. And they're both made by one dude, too, so... Well, they're both made by, like, two different people, but each game only has one developer, as far as I'm aware. Alright, let's start reeling this in. Let's go ahead and release that entirely. Okay. Now, maybe I'm just wrong about this, but I'm pretty sure whenever I played Following Seas that whenever you reeled up your sails, your ship stopped more or less instantly. In this game, you'd actually pull up your sails from quite a ways out, because your ship will maintain its momentum for a while. Okay, let's park over here. There we go. Nice and gentle-like. Now, you, my good sir, please do not hit me. I intentionally parked over here so you would have all of that space over there to park. So please do not come over here. I've had consideration for you, so have consideration for me, please. Okay. Let's go ahead and grab you. Try and not sprint around. I've got too much of a habit from previous games that didn't, or previous versions that didn't drain your thirst bar whenever you were sprinting around. Yeah, it looks like he should be fine. Boop. Oh, wow, the throwing distance has been greatly reduced. Boop. Maybe I should go ahead and get a screenshot. Screenshot has been taken. Actually, that might be an even better one right there. I'm waiting for the day whenever you can actually carry people around. That would be interesting. Ooh, and I can start trading already. Very nice. Alright, so... cheese. I probably can't afford to buy anything, although, you know. Okay, so Happy Bay. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. What about wine? Wine, maybe? I mean, I could take it to Eastwind and make some kind of profit, but really not worth it. Ooh, Northfish, but I can't afford it. Sausages, can't afford them. Pork, definitely can't afford them. Trout, I can almost afford them, but not really. Grain, how much does grain cost actually? 387, and they have a huge stockpile of it. So yeah, actually, start taking grain like back and forth from Mount Malefic to Siren Song. Yeah, that could work. What about goods? Okay, yeah, to Sunspire. Actually, that's a very easy trade route right there. Just back and forth from Sunspire. Okay, tools. Oh, that, yeah, nope, not buying tools, that's for sure. And we can't buy any of that stuff because that stuff's from the Firefish Lagoon. All right, so maybe I should. I mean, cheese from here to Fort Aestrin is not bad. Same thing with Eastwind, and even Siren Song, it's not terrible. Huh. Right, well, we'll have to start looking into a trade route, I guess. But for right now, let's go ahead and take another mission. Could go back to Siren Song. I mean, it's paying 91 Eastern crowns, so... Anything going back to Siren Song? Yes. Ooh. Although, that's... It's going to be heavy. These starter ships can only carry so much, so you want to be careful with what you actually take. Ooh, the East Wind. Ooh. I could do that. So, hang on. So we got Mail to Siren Song, which pays 91 Eastern crowns. Definitely taking that, because that's just... It'd be stupid not to take that. And then we have Mail going to... Yes. And then I can also take... Can also take Mail to Fort Aestrin. Is there any other mail? I mean, we could also take wine to Eastwind. You know what? I'm gonna do that. All right, so um, I'll put the wine towards the rear of the ship. Actually, you know what? I'll just load it off screen. That should work just fine. All right, I've got everything loaded up. I know you guys can't really see too well right now, but I'm just going to go ahead and start setting sail. Wind is blowing. Try and turn away from the dock. Alright, so let me see here. I've got 5 days to get to Siren Song, which will not be a problem. Okay, I'm not going to be able to rely on the square sail too much this time. It's pretty much going to be relying on the jib sail for the most part. Okay, and I've got 4 days to get to Eastwind for the wine, which, again, should not really be too much of a problem. Alright. That's the last of my water bottles, so... And I'll go ahead and eat the last cheese. But you, I'm going to keep around for experimentation purposes. Alright, good morning once again, everybody. I am aware that we are approaching an hour into the video. So... I will respect your time. And probably just cut out most of the sailing. But if you want to see longer videos, do not hesitate to let me know down in the comment section. Unfortunately, my upload speed can only go so fast. I should probably upgrade my internet. In the event that it starts looking like I'm going to approach 1,000 subscribers, then yeah, I probably will upgrade my internet. But that's going to be expensive. But I could also start treating YouTube as a potential part-time job at that point, so it'd be worth it in the end, I think. But yeah, I will see you guys whenever we are getting closer to Siren Song. Alright, so here we are pulling into Siren Song, the very village where we started the video at. Debating what I want to do here. I'm thinking I might sail out, going out that direction. Although, even then... Because if I try going that direction, it's just going to be an absolute nightmare, but I'm kind of running out of time to make a decision here. Yeah, let's just go ahead and do this, then. Let's reel this up. And let's also reel this up. And then we'll just kind of drop anchor. Okay, there we go. While I'm here, I might as well go ahead and grab a bite to eat. Yeah, I think this was the right call. Otherwise, getting out of here was just going to be another pain in the butt. Alright, so there's that. And... let's see here. Yeah, I'll grab some cheese. I'll have some bread. Top up my water. And I'll also grab one of these. Alright. Actually, do you have any mail that's going to Eastwind? You do, actually. Yeah, I'll take that. Mail is nice and light. And typically there's only, like, one package, so it's not very hard to transport. like, in the slightest. Alright. Let's get this back over here. There we go. Alright, and I'll see you guys once again whenever I get closer to Eastwind. So did Raw Lion, like, update the paths for the AI ships? Because I don't recall seeing an AI ship this far out here. I've only ever seen them, like, over by Siren Song and maybe over by Sunspire. At least not that I recall, anyway. Interesting. Aha! So it actually takes like 2 or 3 days for your food to start spoiling. I mean, in real life, cheese actually lasts for quite a long time. Even if it were to start molding, you could just scrape the mold off the cheese and the cheese would still be relatively fine. But yeah. So it takes 2-3 days for your food to actually spoil. Alright, so that can go and poison some fish, I guess. Gosh darn it, if it'll ever, you know... There. Jeez. Alright, and Eastwind is very much within visual range. But I'll see you guys whenever I start pulling into town. Alright, here we are. Eastwind, finally. This island is very easy to just completely miss. But we should be making some serious money with this particular load. Actually, how much money are we making? We've got 35, 123, and then 80. So we should be knocking on the door of 500 Aestrin coins once we're done with this. Should be. All right. Let's get you tied up. Then we can get you tied up. And now, starting with the wine. Nice. Then the mail. Alright, that brings us up to... Okay, I was hoping for a bit closer to 500 than that, but that's fine, I suppose. So what can we take from here? Can't afford medicine. I can almost afford some goods. How about wine? Yeah, wine to Mount Malefic. It pays something at least. Ooh, Northfish. Yeah, Northfish to Fort Aestrin. Pays 66. Not bad. Sausages. I mean, sausages down to Happy Bay pays the most. Pork to Fort Aestrin. Not bad. I shouldn't even be bothering trying to look at gems or any of the metals. I mean, that's not terrible, though. To Sunspire, oh, yeah. If we wanted to, we could start, like, transporting precious metals and stuff. But it's expensive, and I won't be able to afford it for a long time. Okay, so... Okay, so we can't transport beer from here. That's just not going to be... That's not going to fly. But we can take cheese. I can almost afford... Oh, wow. Oh, man, especially down to Happy Bay. Yeah, Siren... That's actually not that bad. So, if memory serves right, I think it was goods, actually. Goods from Mount Malefic up to Eastwind, then tools to Siren Song. And then we probably need something that goes to Fort Aestrin itself. What about leather? No, can't afford leather, and hardly anywhere really wants it. Okay, so, what can we take next time, then? I think Northfish might be my best option, honestly. Trout. I can't take gems, so there's really no point in even trying. I can't afford iron, but maybe... Yeah, that's too much. Too much. Okay, that's not bad, though. And that would also give me a chance to actually... Yeah, let's take the tools, and then we'll also take... some Northfish. Okay. So, let's take the tools first. And then we'll put this one over here. Or I thought we'd put that one over there. Curse my OCD. Okay, so that's the actual mission right there. And then we can start trading. And then once we get to Fort Aestrin, we can look into upgrading the ship a little bit. All right. First off, give me this. Thank you. And let's just let the sail fly. All right, and since I'm over an hour now even, I will see you guys whenever I get to Fort Aestrin. I will not take up too much more of your time, I promise. All right, here we are closing in on Fort Aestrin itself. In case you're wondering why it's called Fort Aestrin, there's literally a fort just right up there on top of that hill. And I think I'm going to park over at the ship customization area. If you're new, there's also other ships you can buy in the game as well. You can buy all the starter ships, though, if memory serves right, there's some issues with the Dow, maybe even the Cacum. But the big capital ships you should be able to buy without an issue. That over there is the brig, and it's the biggest ship in the game, but it's the least popular, at least as far as I've seen. I personally don't really care for it that much either. But it is a really big ship. I love coming into ports at night like this. Okay, I don't think I really need this down anymore. Alright, let's start raising this up. Actually, I think we can probably just raise it up completely now. Should be fine. Just grab you. There we go. Just try not to stab myself. Okay. Let's go ahead and grab this. And I'll call that good enough for now. All right, let's get everything unloaded. All right, the last crate of tools. Sell that, and then we have Northfish, which we can sell for that. And now we have 690 Aestrin coins. But I think this is going to be where I call the video. So thank you so much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please have a like, leave a comment. And if you want to see more, consider subscribing to the channel because I will have more on the way very soon. This might replace Star Citizen on Mondays, actually, come to think of it. Because Star Citizen, I keep having some issues with. The game is really cool. It's groundbreaking in many, many ways, but it still has a long way to go before it's perfected. So, yeah. I'll just wait for Star Citizen to come a little bit further. I think there's a major update coming before too long. I'll wait for that, and then we'll kind of dive back into it. But thank you so much for watching, everybody. I will see you guys again in the next video. Until then, God bless, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.